If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. And as the build up to the demo continues, we have to look at maybe some starter squads for the full release. Now, we're not too far away from the full release. Well, not full release, but we're not too far away from the release. It's 2 weeks today for the early access, which comes out on the 1st of October. And then it will be 3 weeks tomorrow before the full game is available for you to walk into a shop and buy. But, you know, most of us are going to have early access of some description, whether it be a 10-hour trial or whatever it may be. So, until we get to the demo, which I'm hoping is going to be either Friday, which is, what, tomorrow, or on Tuesday, which I think is the 22nd of September. It is indeed. Tuesday is when the demo usually comes out, so hopefully we get it then. We'll have a week or so of having a look at some of the players and doing some sort of demo reviews, and then on the 1st, we can jump straight into proper content on the game because I will have early access. So, with that being said, what we're going to do is have a look at some potential starter squads. Now, we've done it already, but the database is being drip-fed to us. I mean, by the time you're watching this, we may have the full database, and when that happens, we'll build some really in-depth squads. At the moment, I'm limited to sort of keeping it like mainly one league and then splashing a different league in there because we don't have enough players in the database to be able to build a proper team. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start from the back, and we are going to go Premier League. And the reason I'm going to start with the Premier League, not because I'm biased towards it necessarily, it's because we have more players released from the Premier League than we do from any other league. So it's easier to get links. We'll have to wait for the full database, as I say. Now, Henderson in goal. It doesn't actually matter which goalkeeper you use here. So if you do end up building this type of team. This team, by the way, I've spent a little bit of time building it and searching for players that I could use and get links and what have you. There are a few interchangeable parts, so you can use different players in different positions. For instance, the goalkeeper, the right back, arguably one of the centre backs you can change as well. The right wing you can change. The centre mid you can change. There's an awful lot of players you can sort of swap in and out for upgrades or downgrades or players you enjoy using. So Henderson first. First centre back. Now, this player isn't interchangeable, and that is going to be Nathan Ake. Obviously, we don't know prices because the market isn't live yet. Well, I'm assuming it probably is live because there are probably some testers out there, but the market isn't a thing yet, right? So who knows how much Ake is going to cost. I'm aware of that, but on the face value of things, he doesn't look insane, but he looks good enough for a starter team. 79 rated with some decent defending, not too bad for pace. Obviously, a good nation links with some of the best players in the game, and obviously links into our left-hand side a little bit as well. But we'll get into that in a minute. We're going to go for different player now, and that is going to be Sanchez. Now, I've gone for Sanchez there because he, again, very much like Nathan Ake, he has decent pace, he's got very good defending, his physicals are good, he does lack mobility, and his passing is woeful. But you should get by with him. But as I said, you can switch one of the centre-backs out. Sanchez is that centre-back. So if you want to go for anybody else that you can afford, or you pack, or you get in a starter pack, or whatever, you feel free to do so. We're going to go with the right-back because we are going to stick with the Premier League theme. Okay. Apparently he's not. Okay, hang on, 2 seconds. Let's back out of this and see. They're not going to allow me to. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll do the left back because apparently it's not giving me the option to put the full back in that I want. So I've gone with Haps on the left because that's going to tap into our Dutch League left-hand side. Now, I think it's pretty obvious which players I want to put on this left-hand side. But again, one of them is interchangeable because he might be and probably will be too expensive at the very beginning. When I say starter team, though, it does vary because some people are going to have rougher starts than others. Some people are going to have extra starter packs, some FIFA points to put on, and what have you, right? But then there will be other people who have absolutely nothing and are starting from scratch. They don't have starter packs or very few starter packs. They're not willing to put FIFA points on, etc. So This is going to cater to everybody. Because at the moment, like I said, you can switch out Sanchez for a lower rated player. You can switch out Henderson for a lower rated player. Ake kind of has to be there if you want to link into the Dutch league. Let's see what options they give me at right back here. So the player I was actually going to put in is Fredericks of West Ham, because he's got 92 pace and semi-decent dribbling and defending. However, he apparently isn't available on Footbin. He's only available on Footwiz, because the database is it's still compiling, right? So people don't have everything. So I'm just going to go for Yedlin. He's a very similar player in that sense. Very similar physicals. In fact, it's almost an identical card to Fredericks. Fredericks has slightly worse dribbling by 2 points, better physical by 1 point, better passing by 2 points, and that's it. Everything else is the same. So we'll go for Yedlin, but just know that I wanted Fredericks. But like I said, that's the beauty of it. You can interchange. Premier League fullbacks at the very beginning of the game are usually very expensive. We're talking 3-4k a piece, even for the worst ones. So whatever fullback you can put in there, it'll be fine. Let's go for... We're going to go for our central midfield player here. Now, am I going to play in a 4-3-3? Probably not. I'll probably start off, from what you know from previous games. So I'll probably go 4-2-3-1 and then work out which is the best formation to use in the game. But I have catered it to be able to use both. So you can play 4-2-3-1, you can use a 4-3-3, whatever you want. So Sissoko would be arguably the DM in a 4-2-3-1, or you can tend to stay back or attacking in a 4-3-3, whatever you want to do. We'll go for the left-hand side now. This is a player that will probably be too expensive at the very beginning of the game, Quincy Promes. If he is too expensive at the beginning of the game, it's not a problem, because then we can use, if they've got him, Kudus instead. So let's just take Quincy Promes out there just for a second. You can use Kudus, because he's going to link into my left wing, and we might as well put him in there now. Oh, wrong one. Neres. Now, I think Neres is actually going to be a rare card according to EA, but the databases have him down as a non-rare. Does it matter? Not really. But for an 80 rated card with 86 pace and 85 dribbling, that's pretty damn good. He does link to Kudus, and he does link to Promes. So let's just, for argument's sake, say that we are going to be able to afford Promes. We'll put him back in. If you can't, you can use Kudus until you can afford Promes. It really does make a blind bit of difference. And that's what I like about this, because it's that interchangeable, right? So, we've got the main basis of our team set up. Now, what do we want in the middle? Right, now this is where things start to get a little bit... I'm not too sure. Do you want James Rodriguez in there? Maybe, maybe not. You look at his pace, you think probably not. Although he does have really good passing, dribbling, and shooting. And he's only 82 rated. So, theoretically, he shouldn't cost too much money. Theoretically. He might do, because Everton fans will want him, I would have thought. But if he does cost too much money, you do have other options. Now, I would go for Allen from Everton, but again, he's not in the database. I would potentially go for Decore of Everton, but again, he's not in the database just yet. So I've gone with James. Yes, he is my third choice. However, you do have, like I said, other options. You've got any Spurs player would fit in there, any Manchester City would fit in there, and any Watford player would fit in there, because our striker is newly acquired Suarez. He has 86 pace, not too bad, 78 shooting, 71 dribbling, 80 physical. He looks like a decent player. Now, what you could do, and what I would probably do, is build up toward, what's his name? Gabriel Jesus. Because he links in here perfectly, because he gets the Brazilian link to Neres, gets the Premier League link to Rodriguez and our right wing. Now, speaking of our right wing, you have options here again. That's what I love about this. So if we click the little light bulb, it'll give me suggestions. You can quite literally use any Premier League right wing you want here. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference. So it's whoever you can afford. If you only have the coins for Minamino or James down here, that's fine. I was looking more towards Adama Traore, 79 rated. Great dribbling, great physical, great pace. Not too bothered about the rest of it just yet, because we're right at the beginning. Of course, Watford not in the Premier League, so unfortunately you can't use Sarr unless he moves to Liverpool, and then in which case you can. How Shaqiri is 81 rated with that card, and someone like Adama is 79 rated with that card is just... it just bewilders me. Anyway, Pepe looks like a good option. 82 rated, though, could be in the same price range as Promes. So it's entirely up to you and what you can afford. Let's just put Adama Traore in there just for a second, because he's 79 rated and you'd assume he would be fairly cheap. That team can't be that expensive. And if it is, I've given you options to switch out. So, like I said, Promes can be removed. James Rodriguez can be changed out if you need to. Sanchez can be switched out. The fullback can be switched out. Sissoko might be too expensive. At the very beginning of FIFA 20, of course, he was ridiculously priced. You don't need the strong link there. So let's just say you can't afford Sissoko. Guess what you can do? You can switch him for any one of those. So Kovacic would be a good option. Give him a defensive chem style, reasonably defense-minded. Go to the next page. Naby Keita would work. Lo Celso would probably not be the best option in the world, but he would work. And Ndombele would work. His teammate, of course. You've got Ox in there. You kind of want a defense-minded player, so you could put Phillips in there, for example. Phillips works as a defense-minded player, not particularly quick or anything, but you do have a lot of pace in this team with regards to the fullbacks. The centre-backs are not slow. The attackers are really quick. So that is, considering we have a limited database right now, that's not too bad at all. Lots of interchangeable options, lots of pace, and lots of upgrade and downgrade options in there as well. I can definitely see the Dutch League being utilised, in particular on the left-hand side of teams this season. Let me know what you think of the squad in the comments. What player, if you could pick one player to have in a starter pack from that one that you're seeing on screen right now, which player would it be and why? Let me know down below in the comments. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed it and you want to see more of the sort of starter squad builders, maybe one league specific. Once we get the full database, we can obviously look at some different types of players. I'm having to regurgitate a few players here or there because we are being drip fed the database. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and here, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.